I hope he doesn't get the sickness.
My boy Kurt is a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beach dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
Mighty May, period 2. We pick up where we left off. Gordon Bombay leaves Charlie and his mom high and dry to go play hockey, and if there was a lesson in Mighty Ducks 1, it went way over my head. Bombay is out there, he's playing hockey. The announcers claim he'll be in the NHL soon, but he gets slow motion checked into the boards, and his knee is busted. His career is over, he's going to never play hockey again, and now he's going to go get his law degree and become a lawyer until he gets caught drinking and driving and gets suspended and has to do 500 hours of community service, which causes him to end up coaching a ragtag group of inner-city kids playing hockey. And oh my god, no, I'm in a Mighty Duck circle of hell. Oh, the only way to break this spell is to turn off the bathroom lights and say Estevez, Estevez, Estevez 3 times into the mirror while rolling teeth and chicken bones into the sink. Gordon Bombay limps off the bus in the rain. He's back home, and Hans, the skate sharpener, picks him up at the bus stop sad. Emilio's sleeping in the skate sharpening shack, and Charlie wakes him up. And Charlie's mother remarried. Bombay, you idiot! Skate sharpener Hans asks if he's going to go back and work for Ducksworth again, and he says, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a player. Well, I know you're not a lawyer anymore, but after blowing it this bad with Charlie's mother, I'd argue you're not much of a player either. I'm not sure what he wants to do, so he's a skate sharpener's apprentice now? Is this like an actual hockey or sports shop? See, sometimes I miss things as I'm looking down taking notes. Some guy shows up and he wants Bombay to come coach Team USA. Skate sharpener Hans gives him some sort of lucky wooden bowling pin necklace and he's on his way. But first, it's time to get the band back together. Charlie, want to play some hockey? Montage of them rollerblading across the city and reuniting with all the former Ducks. Okay, this is fun. This feels good. They break up a kiss between the 2 teammates that I assume were the ones macking on each other at the end of the championship game in part 1. And then they skate away with the girl and he says, I was this close! But guy, like your entire head was in her mouth at the end of the first movie. Was that who it was? I don't know. They go past a construction site and their rollerblading moves are so sick. One bumbling construction worker, I assume his name is Sully, falls into a wheelbarrow and gets cement dumped on him. Oh no! In the park we see the sore loser Hawks and they're still bitter about the championship loss, so they make a clothesline wire across 2 trees with a rope. You know, gonna decapitate some ducks over a hockey game. But the giant football player turned hockey star shows up, strips 3 Hawk players of their clothes and leaves them chained to a tree in the park. That's regrettable. Also, the only logical way to teach a bully, let's be honest. Bombay is in the limo. They're pressuring him to sign this contract. He can't believe the money he signs, and I feel like later, this is going to be a bad decision. So the Ducks will be joined by players from around the U.S. to make up Team Canada. We need a collage of the new kids that make up the team. They make a gay joke. The first new guy is great at hockeying, but he can't stop. The second guy is a country boy. They have a female goalie named Julie the cat, and that's cool. She's awesome. And immediately replaces regular goalie Goldberg. Ken Woo's the figure skater. There's another giant goon kid that looks like he's 25. The new kids and the old kids are in each other's faces. Time for Bombay to give another Braveheart speech and rally the troops. Scrimmage montage. I don't know if it's because they got the initial setup and let's meet the characters out of the way in the first movie, but I am already enjoying D2 a lot more than I did the first one. Mr. Tibbles is the guy that hired Bombay and got him to sign that paperwork. He shows up for practice to look at the kids, and he takes a puck to the head. They meet the team tutor, and surprise, she's Bombay's age and well-spoken and mighty purty with a bunch of sass and authority. The Zamboni then busts through the boards and shatters glass, and a few of the kids that took the Zamboni for the joyride were like, did I do that? Emilio has the entire team tied together now to make them play as one. They fall and they get back up. Okay, who's that girl? She looks familiar. They play country music and everyone is line dancing again. This is so stupid, but the actors look like they're having so much fun in this scene in a way you can't act. Does that make sense? Like, there's no dialogue, it's all music, but you can tell the actors are having a blast in these scenes, for real. Okay, they're sponsored out. Charlie is sad because they're not the Ducks and they aren't wearing the Duck colors. I can't even pronounce the actress's name, but I think of all things, I know her from the horror movie Descent. Okay, Team USA's plane lands in LA and they do the heroic Armageddon walk into the arena. They're playing a team from Trinidad, and when Team Trinidad scores, they cut to the Trinidadian fans, and they're playing steel drums and other handshakers. Anyway, Team USA beats Trinidad, there's a press conference, and it's broken up by the Iceland Vikings hockey team, who are all business and claim they're going to beat Team USA. Bombay says he's going to fight the good fight, and now we meet the antagonist. He's the former coach from the NHL, current coach of the Iceland Vikings. He's got slicked back black hair, and he crashes the press conference and says, Bombay is going down. See, when hockey dips its toe into WWF territory, it's great. The kids cover one kid in shaving cream while he sleeps, and the other two players are air guitaring with their hockey sticks to the worst rendition of You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. Bombay is leaving and runs into the pretty blonde who's the trainer for the Iceland team. Oh no, it's Romeo and Juliet, the hockey edition. Romeo and Juliet on ice. Iceland captain comes and tells him nice things in a menacing tone. Okay, up next, Team USA plays Italy and murders them 11-0. Now Bombay is having a photo shoot to the worst cover of Mr. Big Stuff I've ever heard. What is with this soundtrack? They bring in a parade of obvious actual famous athletes that act in various levels of believability. The kids go shopping. No place will let them in because they're unsupervised. They pretend they're Aaron Spelling's nephews. That's good. They're pretending they're buying outfits for their mom in this high-end boutique, so the lady that works there brings out 3 female models who models a parade of different outfits for the boys. This is funny in a way that the scene is so dated and would never make it onto the screen in 2021. After a few outfit options, the boys say, actually, our mom needs a bikini, and then they get kicked out. Again, funny in a cringy, dated way. Some Team USA kids bust the coach having ice cream with the Iceland girl trainer. And here's the part of the movie where the team turns their back on Bombay over a misunderstanding. The next day, the USA players are cold to him. I don't get it. Who cares? Do they think he got them on Team USA and got them to LA and are 2 games deep, and now he's going to do something to risk their momentum and the chance of winning it all for a girl? Just because, you know, wait, actually, he did do this in the first movie. They have every reason in the world to think that's exactly what's happening. All right. They're playing Team Iceland. Great shot of the old man's skate sharpener. He's sharpening skates back at the home, then he notices the game's on, and he's kind of surprised, and he peers into his TV. Like, you know, I feel he would have remembered that this was on, but I guess when you sharpen skates 24/7 time is completely irrelevant. You don't know, it doesn't matter. Iceland is killing them. Bombay pulls regular goalie and puts in the backup one, which is the familiar-looking girl. Iceland guys make fun of her for being a girl, and I think she punches them both in the crotch and then immediately gets kicked out of the game, and the goalie that just got off skates and they pass each other. And is that hockey humor? I don't get it, but it's super funny because I was expecting her to save the puck and the game, but it's over, 12-1. They lose big time. It's a 2-loss and you're out tournament, so they're only 1 more loss away from being sent home. The manager tears into Bombay, and it's like, figure it out or you're fired and you're on your way home. Bombay now tears a strip off the team, and they're like, how come the Iceland team knew all about us and our plays? They bring up him dating the Iceland girl and accuse him of being a double agent. He makes them have an impromptu practice. Charlie says, this isn't fun. Bombay says, who said it's supposed to be fun? And Charlie says, you did, when you were coaching the Ducks. Well, I don't see any Ducks. I see Team USA. Okay, Kenan Thompson was the mouthy kid in the crowd from before. I don't know if I mentioned that. That's fine. And also, if Bombay wasn't a double agent, how did Iceland know their plays? The team teacher tutor comes in and gives the team the night off, and she looks familiar too. They have a tutor, IMDb. She's the gal from Law and Order, Criminal Intent. Oh my God, it's Shirley Bellinger from HBO's Oz. Shirley Bellinger, the only female inmate on death row. Oh my, okay, focus. I love that show. Whoop, there it is. It's playing while they play street hockey against some LA kids who are teaching them how to play the LA style or something. They're just playing out on the streets of LA. Shirley Bellinger in D2. One kid shows Charlie his shot called the knuckle puck or something, and that's how they're going to beat Team Iceland in the finals. The kids are all friends now and cheer, and as Team USA gets back on the bus, one of the inner city kids looks through a chain link fence and says, Team USA, go get him. And I am laughing so hard I'm crying. I have to pause the tape. Come on, guys, seriously, how did that go to air? What the? Bombay returns to his swank pad, and the owner of the skate shop, Hans, shows up. Hans flew down and does the "Do you even know who you are anymore?" pep talk. Forget about that. If you're here, who's sharpening skates? Now Emilio goes where he always goes to soul search. He visits Flashback City. He's young and in slow-mo, and he's rollerblading. And no, wait, that's not actually a flashback. He's his current age, and it's not slow motion. Now we go to the game. The team is ready to play, but Bombay isn't there. So the team tells Shirley Bellinger to coach them, and she immediately snaps and was like, "What are you waiting for? The ice to freeze?" And I love that's what she thinks a coach does. She says they look tired, they should change it up. She doesn't know what a line changes. That's also fun. Bombay comes running in with his duck whistle. That's what Hans gave him, and the team all shake their heads. How many times can this guy lose their respect and get it back with the same group of kids? Now Bombay gives another Braveheart speech. It tells them to hit the ice and hockey better. It's 2-2 against Germany. Oh my God, they make the flying V formation because they're ducks, and they score and they win. Bombay talks about his sponsorship directions. He shows the kids no more distractions, and he burns all the sponsorship merch in a drum barrel. I bet those inner city kids would have loved that stuff. Now practice montage again. Banks, remember him? The best player from D1. He's taping up his wrist, so coach gives him a left-handed stick. He can't do it. Bombay says, "I gotta bench you." Banks gets mad, and Banks makes a Banks statement. Good one. He says, "Scouts will be watching this next game," and his dad's pressuring him. And we once again gently skate around the dark perimeter of pressuring kids to play high-level competitive sports. They're doing a drill where they have to come to a complete stop against a wall of empty soda cans, and while I get it, I have to wonder if setting those cans up after every single stop is worth the time of this drill. They get the kid from LA, from the LA streets, with a knuckle shot, and then when they play Russia, he immediately scores with his knuckle shot. They beat Russia, and they go to the finals against, guess who? It's Iceland! But first we get a cameo from Wayne Gretzky. It's like the one player I know. Then at practice, they're playing with a beach ball on the ice, and suddenly Team Iceland shows up and stabs their beach ball. Yeah, they did. Iceland coach is goading on Bombay, and they agree to go one-on-one as their teams cheer them on. Iceland coach elbows Bombay and scores first. It's getting super competitive out there. Bombay is 1 point away from winning after he scores a bunch, and Iceland coach slashes him in the bad knee, and Bombay goes down. Ah, dirty! We go to the final live from the Arrowhead Pond in California. Banks returns and is like, "Wrist healed." Bombay says, "Sorry, we have a full roster." Charlie gives up his spot so Banks can play. And now that he doesn't want to take Charlie's mom to bed, he'll allow it. "Sure, I don't care. Let Banks play. You're dead to me, Charlie." The announcers remind us of their previous 12-1 loss against Iceland. Iceland players just knock all the Ducks down. Goalie Goldberg gets tripped up and they score. The new kid winds up the knuckle puck and it's taken away. Iceland scores. It's 2-0. Montage of Iceland players throwing the Ducks around like toys. Banks is on, and cue the wrist injury in 5, 4. Oh, they don't even make it that far. He gets hurt immediately. Didn't make it halfway through that countdown. Time to sub Charlie back in so he can win the game again. But not before Iceland scores again and lead 3-0. Iceland shuts down the flying V formation and get a 4-0 breakaway. It's 4-0. There's a music change, and the Duck Goons are in. And now they're mowing over Iceland players. The figure skater does a triple sow cow and scores. It's 4-1. They glorify a kid that doesn't usually fight starting a fight and taking a penalty shot, and I'm not going to pretend that wasn't awesome. The two goons get penalties as well. It's not looking good for the Ducks. An Iceland guy is about to crush the girl on the team, who isn't Kat, and then that redneck jumps off the bench and lassos the Iceland guy before he can knock her into next week, and he says, "Where I'm from, we respect ladies." And she says, "Oh, I'm no lady," and he punches the Iceland player. He gets 2 minutes for roping. That's a new one. We get another Braveheart speech between the second and the third period from Bombay. Bombay asks who they are, and one by one they say their names, and it just reminds me of that heritage moment. Patrick O'Neill.
Patrick O'Neill.
Saying all their names and where they're from ignites the team for some reason. It's go time. They emerge for period 3 in their Mighty Ducks jerseys, and once again I'm mad at myself for being so invested into the weight of this moment. Time to win. The crowd chants, we will quack you, which transitions into the legit hockey montage of the real Queen, We Will Rock You song. The USA Ducks score. It's 4-2. I would hope Queen is in some sports hall of fame with Chumbawamba for creating the greatest sports music ever. Iceland scores 5-2. The USA Ducks score 5-3. The kid that couldn't stop stops as he face washes the goalie and scores 5-4. Bombay calls a timeout. There's a secret huddle. The play starts and they pass it to the goalie and then he unmasks and it's not Goldberg. It's the knuckle puck kid who scores with the knuckle puck and ties the game. Third period ends, comes down to a shootout. A shootout. 5 shooters each. Ducks up first. They score. Iceland scores. Ducks score. Iceland misses. Ducks miss. Iceland scores. Ducks score. Iceland scores. It's up to Banks with a bad wrist. Bad wrist and all. Banks scores. Icelandic coach gives a secret message to the last Iceland shooter. Bombay subs in the girl goalie like Julie and tells her the leading Icelandic scorer has only one move, a triple deke and a top corner. She counts the dekes, 1, 2, 3, and in a legitimate great moment makes a huge glove save, and the U.S. Ducks win. Can you imagine if she didn't make that save? Instant lifelong drug and alcohol dependency. Like, I'm talking, she would probably become an alcoholic lawyer haunted by her ice failure, because that's what happens. Iceland turns on their mean coach and says proudly, "Let's go shake their hands." Hashtag not all Icelandic hockey players. Bombay has a coach's duck jacket, and I kind of want that. During the celebration, Bombay locks eyes with Shirley Bellinger, and you can tell he wants to go Charlie's mom on her. In the spirit of Oz, she wants to go all conjugal visit on him. We ended a slow motion shot of geese flying in a V in the air, and now they're all around a campfire singing "We Are the Champions," and the credits roll. Another scene around this campfire is when you can tell the kids are just having fun. And man, that acoustic guitar sounds studio perfect in the woods. That's incredible. Okay, like D2 a lot better. The train keeps rolling and we enter the third period next week with D3, so keep your stick on the ice.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has.